Welcome to the video. It's 8 a.m. in the Philippines and it's already 40 degrees. It's crazy. Anyway, in this video, I'm gonna share some ideas with you. I'm becoming a dad in 1 month and I'm also an entrepreneur and I live very far from my home country. I think there's a lot of stuff to digest here, a lot of stuff to figure out, and I am by no means a guru in any sense. I just wanted to make a video to highlight some of the stuff that I do in my life to make things work, I guess. It's working for me, and hopefully some of the things that I will be sharing in this video can work for you too. So that's the idea. So in this video, we're going to be digging a little bit deeper into how to structure your life, some tools for productivity, but mostly like how is it possible to work from home while you're building a family. And I'm not the only person that's done this. I've seen this so many places. And growing up, I was not raised that way. Both my parents were working full-time jobs. I was in the kindergarten. It's just very interesting. Like, what is life gonna be like when dad is always at home? At least right now. But I've always try to build my life that way. It's not easy in any form or any way, but I do believe it's possible and it comes with a lot of benefits. But also on the flip side of that, a lot of challenges. And I think one of the major issues that we are going to be looking at and discovering in this video together is the work-life balance. When your work is your life and your work is at home, how do you shut work off? Very, very hard to do. I think I figured out some ways on how to do that, and I will be sharing that with you in this video. So by now, you're probably aware that I do like to read. I am the complete opposite from my wife, who loves to watch. And some people love podcasts, so either it's reading, sound, or visuals. I find that reading books is so powerful, and the reason for that is that I have the perfect environment to do it, I think. So I'm just like shutting everything off, going into my books and getting all the information I need. There's a famous quote that says, don't take advice from someone who haven't achieved what you're trying to accomplish. And so social media is so saturated nowadays with all these people trying to tell you what to do. Either they're trying to tell you what you should eat, how you should work out, how you should raise your kids, or how to make more money, right? There's like, they come in all different forms and ways. Social media is my life. I've been on YouTube for approximately 10 years. I never focused on getting like so many subscribers. I just wanted to have the right people watching. So I'm very happy that you tuned into this video. And one of the things that I kind of noticed over time is that a lot of people, they haven't really done what they're claiming to have achieved, or they're just speaking and you never really kind of see the the real success which they're kind of preaching to you. And so what I found then is by buying books from New York Times bestseller lists and people who have achieved great amounts of success in all different fields, I was able to actually get key information, and it's proven valuable to my life in so many forms and ways. So I'm gonna start this video by recommending 4 books for someone who wants to live this type of lifestyle. I recently figured out the term for what I'm currently doing, and it's called life maxing. How do you max every aspect of your life? And what are some strategies you can do to accomplish that? First book we're gonna recommend today is Start with Why. I'm recently just reading this, but it's so important. In everything you do, you have to start with the why are you doing what you're doing? Because your life can go 10x if you have the right reason for making money the way you are making the money, for example, or the right reason for loving your wife as much as you are, right? So it's like, start with why. Like, why do I love this woman so much? Why do I like my work so much? Or why am I even doing this? And sometimes, if you're always asking yourself the question of why, you'll be able to define more a clear path. Well, let's jump over to my bookshelf. I have a couple of really, really good books to recommend you. All right, so this is the powerful library. I kind of see it as my brain. I can always access it and kind of like reread the information. And I haven't read all of them, but I will be recommending the ones that I do have read and the ones that I know will benefit some of you guys watching. I've been living and working in more than 40 countries. I was a digital nomad for 6 years. I lived in a suitcase. I just traveled the world, and I think I was looking for information, really, and I never read a book. But if you're looking for, I guess, a head start into that concept of what it's like to be a digital nomad and how it's even possible to work remotely and make money that way, then this is the book for you. 4-Hour Workweek. Such a good book. I realized that this is kind of what I've been doing without ever reading a book about the topic. Second is, once you're starting to get some traction, you need to read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. In simple terms, you can either be a rich dad and a poor dad towards your children, or you can be a rich dad and a good dad. So how do you become a rich dad while at the same time keeping your time intact, so you're not working 16, 17 hours a day to be a rich dad, but you're making money and you have time for your children? That's what this book is about. Super powerful. One of my favorite books really that kickstarted this whole mindset shift of how I'm building my life. I wanted to talk to you now a little bit about some ideas to how you might get started with this journey if you're interested in exploring the ability of working remotely. Somebody called it actually a midlife retirement. And I love this concept of why do we have to wait until we're 60 to go full retirement? Can we treat our life differently than what the society is telling us? I think we can. It's all about what you can imagine up in here. Now, if you're sitting at home and you're thinking like, well, what can I do then to start my life in this digital world and work remotely and figure out what I want? Let's do that as a practice. I have a whiteboard over here and I'm going to be listing my 5 favorite things for how to get started on this journey. In another life, when I'm a teacher, right? Let's just do this. How do you get started on this journey of figuring out what you really want? So I think the number one thing, which we've already talked about in this video, is number 1, read books, listen to podcasts, or watch videos on YouTube. This is a great way to get started. There's a lot of information for free, especially on these 2 platforms. With books, there's a small payment layer there, but it's so worth it because the information you're getting is the best of the best. So I would highly recommend you to just acquire more knowledge. That's step 1. Number 2, which I love so much, is travel. And I put go out of the bubble. So important because when you grow up, you're constrained to a certain narrative. You have certain friends, there's norms in the society that you're growing up in. So you never know how good you can really become unless you go out of that bubble. That's why travel is the key. You should start traveling as early as you can. The moment your mom or dad or someone in your family say, yes, let's go on a trip, you should. Because usually when you come home from a good travel, especially to another country, you're gonna feel so happy and full of energy and so much new thought. Number 3, online learning. Kind of like this video, right? There's a lot of information out there right now where you can learn stuff online. But my recent favorite is Course Careers. This platform is specifically tailored to make you learn the information you need to get your first entry-level job. And that's something I didn't have when I was in college, right? You're just learning all this information, but after, it's up to you to go find a job. These guys have kind of bridged that, and so what you're doing is you're learning exactly what you need to learn. They're helping you polish your LinkedIn profile, prepare you for questions that employees will ask you, and you get a diploma at the end of the course, which is kind of similar to a college degree, right? So you'll get an expert in any course. They teach, for example, digital advertising, which is the field that I am in, or web developing. They also have a human resource course on there. So I would highly recommend you to check out Course Careers. You also have I would highly recommend. Now, the 4th one is I think my wet dream in some sense. Imagine taking a ski or sail instructor job for a year. And I have friends who have done this. Somehow been able to find a job. I don't know how to find a job though, but been able to find a job as a ski instructor in the Swiss Alps for a couple seasons and absolutely loved it. Or work on a sailboat for example, in Australia for a couple months, right? I guess what I'm trying to inspire you to think of here is get out there or learn something new. Whatever you do, don't stand still in where you are, because you never know how great you can become in a different environment or by learning something new. Now, the last one on this list is very important, and I think it is more applicable to people that are already working for someone or they're already graduated, have someone in their mid-30s, even 40s in my opinion. Actually, if you're 50 and you're watching this could still apply to you. Don't let age find anything about what I'm about to talk about. The last one is okay, you're in this environment and now recent years, right? All this information about remote work is starting to become a big thing. And also during the pandemic, everybody was working remotely. So a lot of people had to transition back into an office environment, which is good. Don't get me wrong, being in an office environment is very powerful. I believe that a company can achieve a lot of productivity in that way. But some of the clients that I'm working with, they're offering their employees a hybrid model. So for example, every Friday you can work from home or every Monday you can work from home. So don't be afraid to ask your current employee about a hybrid model that could entitle remote work. And if you have this desire that you just really want to get out of there, right? This is very personal and close to my heart. It recently happened within our team where our editor, Jed, wanted to work more from home. He wants to grow, he wants to be more surrounding his family and his immediate family, which makes total sense here in the Philippines also, right? If you're coming from another place, and you have to commute to the work every day. It's not that easy. So open up about how you feel. So tell your employee about your desire to become better. Promise to deliver. So in a lot of cases, unless your job is like very needed in the location you are, there shouldn't be an issue for your employee to also grant you the ability to work from home, but everything comes down to you. Like you cannot screw this up. If you're working from home and your productivity or your deliverables starts going down, like you're out of there. So you're gonna lose that job. And there's a saying to never burn bridges. So if you do promise something to someone, you need to deliver it and make it like a personal goal. Prove to your employee, look, I can be just as good or even better under this new working environment. But however, I wouldn't recommend starting straight on, like if you're used to coming to work 9 to 5 and all of a sudden you're just gonna work from somewhere else. It isn't as pretty as it looks like on Instagram and social media. Trust me, behind the scenes, there's an endless struggle of finding a right Wi-Fi, finding the power outlet, finding a quiet place not to get distracted. There's a lot of stuff that people don't talk about that is very negative with remote work, but still it's a beautiful way to grow as a person, and the right employee will see that as an opportunity to increase his workforce with more talent. So I would say go in for the ability to do a little hybrid. Maybe start with, Fridays off, to allow you to travel more or to become a better person by reading more. I don't know, whatever you want to do really. This is just my inspirational list of how you can start thinking if you want to get into remote work or start building something for yourself. So it really depends on where you are in your life at the moment. If someone could have showed me this when I was like starting out trying to figure out what to do, I would do something like course careers. I would also, I did this one straight away. I started traveling. I knew nothing about read books, podcast, YouTube, or like a growth mindset, what they call it. I knew nothing about that. That came later in my life. But it's like, I also always wish I would have done this, ski or sail instructor. That would be kind of cool. Wherever you are in your life, find something that might inspire you and that fits you, and you're gonna be fine. Hello.
Hello. Nothing to see here.
This is my wife.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm just eating some healthy snacks.
Jesus Christ.
I don't like it, but I have to. It says it's good for delivering the baby.
So Ava is 9 months pregnant? No, 8. Approaching 9. Yeah.
1 week till like few more days.
Yeah.
Till 9.
And then here, guys, is our current setup for our nursery. It's so cute when you start putting in like the little toys and all those things. And we have so many nice friends that sent us and helped us with the gifts from our baby shower. I think it's time that I put together the stroller soon. Ava is watching some cartoons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have some errands that we need to run. Shall we get going? So the reason we need to run out of an errand is that we have some gas. So when we're cooking, we're using gas and we're running out. By the way, this space is where I plan to build my home gym one day. My idea is to like floor this thing out, some tiles here, put in a couple of machines and get that workout going. It's like one of the last areas of the house that I'm missing. I can't wait to like get some overhead again and start investing into health and benefits for this space. So I'm always thinking ahead. Hello. Hi. Did someone order donuts?
What's that?
Craving for the,
There's no Homer donuts.
They don't have it anymore.
Oh.
They're sold out.
Oh, but at least they got the crinkles. Thank you, Papa.
You're welcome, love. Good morning, everyone. The dream is alive. Hey, we are doing a little road trip in the Philippines with a Porsche Boxster and my friend Jerry. Now here comes the roof off. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning.
Wow. Look at that. Wow, this is so much fun, guys. Beautiful roads here. Eric, what is this area of the Philippines called? Where are we right now? Sambu. Nasumbu. I needed this trip. So beautiful. Not so far from Manila either. Drove an hour from the house this morning and we're here. 8 years out. Beautiful. And the roads are just curvy enough. Almost no traffic. Look at this. Alright, so we have now arrived here at Hamilo Coast in Pico de Loro. 2 hours away from Manila. Beautiful, I never knew this place existed, right? That you can go to the beach and enjoy it so close to Manila. So I'm very excited, and Jarek is showing me their family apartment here. And it's very, very nice, you know? This is exactly what you need. As Norwegians, this is almost like going to the cabin. But here in the Philippines, you're going to the beach. This is their setup, right? Perfect for a day tour. And we're going to be bringing out the stand-up paddle boards today. This is a pump, so we're probably going to be floating them on the beach. Super nice, get some activity done. Even have a hammock inside the living room. Double bed. They also bring the children sometimes. You can sleep on the side, right? I love when someone is showing me their life here in the Philippines. It opens up my mind to kind of how it's possible to live here, other than just staying at home like we normally do. So this was a big inspiration to me. I'm excited to enjoy the day here. See what it's all about. So today, guys, I have packed a couple things. So rash guard, I recently got that. That's like a must if you're living in the Philippines. This has 50 FPS also, so I don't get sunburn. Board shorts, hat, very important. Also brought a couple of sports shades when we're out there. And then, you know, iced coffee from Bose to keep me going when we're out doing things. These are really, really good. If you haven't tried it, check out this one, the hazelnut. It's my current favorite. They also offer these as like delivery to your door in Manila. If you live in Manila, you can actually get it almost the same day. So check in the link in the description if you're curious about iced coffee from Bose Coffee. I feel very lucky to be able to experience this place. When you're new to a country, it's one of those places like it's hard to find until you start living in the country for a while. Like check out the sand test. There's boats here too, and since it's a cove, the water is very calm. So there's not much waves, very safe for children. Good place. Check it out. Jerry has an automatic. Oh, that's so cool.
To do all the job,
Right?
get the help.
Place.
First few pumps is on this,
Yeah.
and the rest is for we have to do it ourselves.
Eric tells me there's 12 coves like this one. There's a lot to explore.
We have in-house turtles here actually,
What?
so sometimes you get to see them just swim.
Ah. There's like tennis, beach volleyball, badminton, bowling. Did you say there's a bowling alley inside?
Bowling, billiards,
Wow.
there's badminton, there's basketball.
I could